Well, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Zoobox. I'm Shaun, and we're going to do a little Hot Reacts only episode for you. Just a little quick one. I noticed just a few moments ago, they dropped the trailer for the new Evil Dead movie, Evil Dead Rise. Comes out in April of this year. Originally, this was slated to go directly to streaming, but the folks, the powers that be, thought it was so good that they're giving it a full-on theatrical release. I'm a big fan of this franchise, at least the Raimi years. You know, the original trilogy, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. I did think the Fede Alvarez remake was okay. It was okay. It was serviceable. Has a great last act, but it was a decent movie nonetheless. But let's check out this new one. I'm excited. I haven't watched the trailer yet. I want to go in blind. Let's see what we think. What will we think? Big old fucking Evil Dead fans. We're the biggest. Just me and you, buddy. We're the biggest fans. So I'm looking forward to it. Maybe it'll start. We starts in blackness. Just like all good movies. Oh, shit. We got gas heat. Now I'm assuming that Rise is a reference to the apartment they live. They live like a high-rise apartment. I'm assuming that's what it's in reference to. Man, you got gas? You got a gas stove and a high-rise? That's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a pretty penny. I don't think they do that. I could be wrong. You know, maybe this is just me. My old poor brain. My poor people brain. But I don't think they really do that. Because that'd be a hazard. You know, because if something goes wrong with the line or somebody has to leave the gas on and fills up the apartment and then somebody like farts or lights a match and the whole thing blows up, you know, much like the film Fight Club. Remember what happens in Fight Club? The apartment filled up and then the refrigerator, some electrical thing turned on and blew up the whole place. Well, you know, that's a real thing. That could really happen. So this must be, if it's got that in there, these people must be rich, and whatever happens next, they have coming to them.
What's up, sis?
I had the most beautiful dream.
It was the perfect day. And all I could...
So I'm assuming they must have went to a cabin. Let's go back. Now this is Hot Reacts only, everybody. We're diving right the fuck in. We're dissecting here. Uh-oh. Some sort of evil presence here. So this is the new cabin. This is the new cabin. It must be where they stumble across the Necronomicon. Must be where they get all their good juice. Must be where all the madness is happening. Right on the lake. It's a very nice place. That's a cool looking place. I'd live there. I'd at least vacation for a weekend.
I had the most beautiful dream.
It was the perfect day.
Also, the egg motif here. The smashing of the eggs. I'm assuming, if I'm not mistaken, that's the mother character. That's the mother character. So for her to be smashing eggs, kind of, it seems unnatural right off the bat, right? Like it's going against her nature. Her maternal nature.
Day. And all I could think about was how much I wanted to cut you all open and then climb inside your bodies.
Yikes! Yikes! That's an old-fashioned scalping. Oh, come on now. Yikes. Yeah, you don't want to find yourself in this position, okay? Just if you ever grow out long hair, you decide to have pigtails, okay? And you're fighting somebody. Don't allow yourself to get in this position. If you feel like they're just messing with your hair and you're like, oh, that tickles, that's weird, what they're about to do is scalp you. See?
So that we could stay one happy
I told
family.
Whoa! Josie Grossi. Dude, we haven't. That's the beginning. That's the opening salvo of the trailer. Oh my goodness.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother.
Yeah, and from what I understand, I think Sam Raimi and Ted Raimi and their other, was it Bruce? Not Bruce. Rob Halpert? one of the producers, if he's still alive. I don't know if he passed away, but I do know, I think the original people that were involved in the original series are like involved in this, kind of in the same way they were involved with the other remake, The Evil Dead, the Fede Alvarez one from a few years ago. So I think they're kind of in the same capacity. They're probably producers, etc. I think they probably also contributed to story, if I'm not mistaken, on this one, because it's something they've always wanted to like kind of make into a larger, broader franchise. Like they wanted to do that. They've wanted to do that for a long time. So this seems like it's kind of more in that direction because it's an Evil Dead movie. It's going to deal with the Necronomicon. It's going to deal with like kind of this evil presence, these spirits, but it's not going to be connected to the other movies, maybe not in a direct way, which I like. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with like the further journey and stories of the Necronomicon.
What is this, Danny?
I found it.
What will I be?
It comes.
Will I be pretty?
Also, I gotta say, I love the voice that's coming through the speakers there on the old record, but this is a new thing. This is the new trailer thing. I guess it's been a thing for a while, but especially in the past 6 months, taking these older songs and doing like kind of these cool or creepy or even more like bombastic or more epic kind of remixes of them. Maybe it started back with like, at least earnestly, like Wonder Woman 1984. They did like a really cool version of that Duran Duran song. It was much better than the actual movie was. But anyways, just something to chew on there.
Here's what she said to me.
Open up now.
You don't look so good, Mom.
Nothing a big old kiss from you won't fix.
I know there's going to be people like, why did that dumb little bitch open that door? Why would she do this? This movie's so fucking stupid, dude. This movie's stupid, dude. Why would she even open the door? People just can't suspend their disbelief. And also, they're fuddy-duddies. I mean, it's a little girl talking to her mom. Like, you don't want this to happen. Like, you see out the peephole, you see your mom, she's all fucked up. You know, see, there we go. She's all fucked up. What's happened to her? What's wrong? What's going on? You're in a state of shock and disbelief. You don't want to believe that your mom is going to try to eat your soul? That's not what the first thing that pops into your mind when you're like, a little girl. Okay? Maybe you think maybe she needs help. Maybe there's something wrong with her. And she wouldn't attack me. I'm her daughter. So I should be safe. I'm the one that can help her. I'm the one that can save her. Now they don't think like that. They're just like, I wouldn't do that, dude. I wouldn't be caught dead doing something like that, dude. No. I mean, they're really leaning into the body horror, like just these visceral things, like the scalping. Then they have that little thing, that little needle thing. It looks like a little tattoo machine going towards somebody's eye. Oh, shit. Oh, dude, this right here. I mean, that right there is everybody's worst nightmare. Every time you look at a fucking cheese grater, this is what crosses your mind. And that's pretty, you know what? That's pretty ballsy. That's pretty ballsy that they're going for it. But like I said, they seem like they're hitting a lot of these notes. Like they're really condensing it and just kind of going for it. The body horror stuff. The body maiming. Because you feel that. I could feel the scalping very viscerally. The eye thing, obviously. That's a big thing for a lot of people. Not so much myself, but I imagine if I was put in that situation, maybe I wouldn't feel so great about it. And then the cheese grater. The cheese grater, the most unlikely of all things to actually befall you. It would be, this is not a lot of opportunities in somebody's life to get like shredded by a cheese shredder or a cheese grater, but fuck. That activates something in your lizard brain. You're just like, get away, get away.
The future's not ours.
getting us out of here.
Eating glass, that's another thing. That's another thing. Fuck, dude. They're going for it, man. Also, I wanted to go back to this. I really like this. I like that there's these little teeth kind of adding some kind of extra aesthetic elements to the Necronomicon. That's cool. That's cool. Because I like that this is kind of like it's a soft reboot. It's just not acknowledging anything. It's not having to get into the weeds of like the legacy of the original films. Like, no, just go. Just go. Just do the Deadite thing in a different context. And I think it'll work fine. And in fact, I think, probably the thing that worked against the 2013 version was probably that it kind of adhered a little too closely to the original films, or at least the original first two, because you were just constantly waiting for callbacks to those movies because they kind of set you up to expect all the callbacks. Now, like I said, I do enjoy that movie. I think it's better than it has any right to be. That's surprisingly strong direction in that movie. But yeah, but this one looks cool. I'm digging it.
I'm getting us out of here. I promise.
You'd be a good mom someday, honey bear.
But see, they had to do this though. This kind of the face covered in blood.
You'd be a good mom.
The face covered in blood. This has been like the hero's look for all Evil Dead movies. The third act. This is what happens to the protagonist, right? Ashley Williams. Almost every Evil Dead and Army of Darkness movie, this is basically what his face looks like at the end, mostly from Evil Dead 2. It's like a callback to Evil Dead 2. You go watch the remake in 2013, same thing, covered in blood. It actually starts raining blood. Spoiler alert, starts raining blood at the end of that movie. So she's full on covered in blood. And looks like they're carrying that tradition on. See, that's the kind of nod I can get behind. I kind of like that nod because it's got to be. I mean, I understand the context of like, oh, well, viscera everywhere, covered in blood, fighting Deadites. You're going to get a little bloody. But just that looks like it's definitely pulling from OG, the Evil Dead iconography, in a way that's not obnoxious. It's just kind of a cool little nod. I like that. I dig it.
Mom someday, honey bear.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you know how to lie to kids. Mom?
Mommy's with the maggots now.
It looks like what's her name? I can't remember her name. Jason Sudeikis' ex-wife, Olivia Wilde. Looks like Olivia Wilde. This is what Jason Sudeikis used to come home to every night. Harry Styles freed him from his prison, broke the curse. This looks really good. I'm very pleasantly surprised by this trailer. I don't think there's any men in the trailer. This little blonde dude, this little blonde waif. Let me see if I can get this guy right here. I don't know. Is this a dude? I can't tell. He's so Gen X. No, not Gen X. Sorry, excuse me. Forgive me, Gen Xers. He's so Gen Z. He's so Zoomer that I can't tell if that's a boy or a girl. Look, welcome to the future, everybody. It's here. Because I was kind of like the whole trailer, like, oh, is this really going to deal with kind of like matriarchy, female relationships, mothers and daughters? There's a lot of cool stuff to explore. I mean, we've explored like the men's angle of this to fucking death over the past 30 years in horror. I feel like it's time that we put a little focus on this type of relationship, and it seems like that's what we're doing here. Like I said, I don't know if this is a boy or a girl. I can't tell. But yeah, I'm into it. I'm looking forward to it. This looks pretty rad. I think some of the visual callbacks to the original are like kind of classy and clever, and they're not super obnoxious and on the nose. It looks like it's completely doing its own thing, which in my opinion is it's a positive. It's a positive. I don't need to see another version or another remake of The Evil Dead. I don't need to see another one of those movies. I get it. I've seen them. They're out there. I want to see somebody take the concept and do something new and interesting. And it seems like they are. like I said, very pleasantly surprised. Very, very pleasantly surprised. Well, that's going to do it for me, everybody. I just want to do a little short video. Just while I had a little time I could steal away here. I'm surprised I got through this whole thing without being interrupted by one of my children that I love very much. But anyways, thanks a lot. If you'd like to know more about Zoobox, a bunch of links in the description. And we'll see you around. Adios. Goodbye.